Sorry to interrupt the video, but you know how in Pokemon episodes they do the game Who's That Pokemon?
Who's that Pokemon?
Well, I kinda wanna do that. So this is my version of it. Here's the list. Pause the video now. I think I'll call this version What is that thing I did this year? It has a nice ring to it if you ask me. Okay, back to the video. About a year ago, I had my first proper stab at creating a video essay. A year later, I think that video sucked. But I didn't think of that at the time. This year, I had my highest view count ever on a video. I also had some other videos which did well. This year has been hectic. And if I do this transition right, I should change. Hey, it worked. Thank God he's gone. Anyway, I have played quite a few games. I've also watched a load of movies and watched a lot of anime. So here's a list on the best things I did this year and things you should probably do. This year, I have completed the Ace Attourney trilogy, and I'm currently playing the Apollo Justice trilogy. And oh my word, I've never been so engaged in a game before. Ace Attorney is insane. The stuff they do in that game just feels mind-blowing. 10 out of 10. Once you feel like you know the case inside and out, the game manages to throw a curveball every single time. I have never played a game like it. Easily one of my favourites. This year, I also finished playing Persona 3 Reload, and currently I'm playing Episode Igus. The fact I'm playing this DLC should show you how much I like this franchise. This is the best and only Persona game I've played. And the thing is, I kind of understood everything. I definitely want to play more Persona after this. And I'm not even that into role-playing games. And finally, the soundtrack is amazing. Talking about amazing soundtracks, I have played Cassette Beasts this year. And as you can probably tell by watching my other videos, I really like this game. And come on, don't tell me you don't get pumped up by listening to this soundtrack. The best way I can describe this game is that it's like Pokemon. But the thing is, I never really played any proper Pokemon games. But if I did, I would imagine that's how it's like. This game made me get post-game depression. And I don't even know how it did it. I genuinely felt sad finishing the game. And the main issue this game has is that it's too short. I would definitely like for the game to be a bit longer, but that's it. The amount of effort that people in this game put is outstanding. You can combine any two monsters and it makes a completely new, unique monster. I just can't even imagine how they even did that. So, 10 out of 10. This game hit me in the feels unlike most games do. The DLC was also quite good. It was a bit short, but it did give me more Cassette Beasts, which I craved. So, it's fine. There's a theme throughout this whole video. I play a great game, and then buy the DLC. Near the start of the year, I played Hi-Fi Rush. Hi-Fi Rush is one of the best games I've ever played. The best way I can describe Hi-Fi Rush is that it's an action rhythm game. Everything about this game is so well made. that I just can't help give it praise. I enjoyed every second playing it. The more I played Hi-Fi Rush, a thought kept coming to my head. Aren't all action games a variation of rhythm games? Comboing enemies to the beat of the game just feels so satisfying. 10 out of 10. This year, I have also done the hardest thing in my life. I have beat Celeste. Notice how I say beat. I've completed all the B-sides, I think, and have completed Farewell. By beat, I mean I beat the main story and Farewell. Jesus, that last level took me like a month to complete. But here I am, 16,000 deaths later, and probably about a year of on and off playing. As you can tell, I'm not a gamer. I'll probably no longer play Celeste anymore, because I'm just not good enough. Also, there are other games I want to play. I can't let this game consume my life even more. I am giving Celeste an 8 out of 10, just because it made me rage a lot. This year, I've also played a small game called Little Gator Game, and although it was simple, the game tackles most things others do not. Right at the end, it did subvert what I expected the game to do, and what it lacks for in gameplay, it makes up for in witty writing and emotional maturity. I decided to play it since it was on Game Pass, and it was better than I thought it would be. So, 7 out of 10. When I needed a mental break from all these fast-paced games, I would always come back to one game, and that game is called Jusant. I'd always come back to Jusant to take a break. It's not a hard game, it was just relaxing to play. 8 out of 10. And whenever I wasn't playing Jusant, I was playing Humanity. Great puzzle game, and it's simple to get into. I found these two games to be a good break. Humanity is an 8 out of 10 puzzle game. I would talk about more games, but most of my life was spent playing Slay the Spire, and now my life is consumed by EAFC 25. Just a tip, this might be the worst FIFA I played, and I thought FIFA 19 was bad. Somehow this game manages to come close to topping it. You can't shield the ball, the content EA has brought out has been lackluster, the referees are half blind, and the first time passes do not work. 0 out of 10. Do not buy, I'm just addicted. On the other hand, Slay the Spire was an extremely good game. I quite like the problem solving aspect of it, and although it's quite an addictive game, I did enjoy playing it, so 10 out of 10. I never thought I'd be this into a card game, but here I am. I watched quite a few movies in theatres this year, and the Haikyuu movie was one of them. Haikyuu is an extremely successful sports anime, and I really enjoyed the movie. And before you raise your pitchforks, I am anime only. The movie does everything I wanted any movie to do. It felt like I was experiencing every emotion, and I'm still trying to chase that high ever since. There was a moment near the end of the movie which completely took my breath away, and that's something only a few have done. The issue was that it was too short, but overall it was the best movie I've ever watched. So 10 out of 10. If you haven't watched Haikyuu, you should probably watch it. And the next movie I watched was another anime movie. I watched the Spy Family movie, and I really liked it. It was quite generic, but also in that movie there was a moment that took my breath away. So 8 out of 10. Spy X Family is a great anime. Not only did I watch anime movies, I've also watched a few other animes as well. I say few. You would probably think it's quite a lot. I'd usually watch anime a season later, just so I can binge the previous season. This year, I have watched all 5 seasons of Kingdom, and the show is worth all the hype. The final season of Kingdom was so well made that it's impossible just to not watch all of it. You plan to watch 3 episodes and you end up finishing the whole show without realising it. Something that is very hard to do. So 11 out of 10. I love Kingdom, and you should watch it. Alright, since I watched a lot of anime this year, and I don't want this video to be too long, I'm going to quickly scroll a list of all the anime I watched. So here we go. When I made my older videos, I thought that was the best I could do. Looking back on it, those videos sucked, and rewatching them now will probably fill me with cringe. But I didn't think of that at the time. Right now, I'm thinking I'm doing the best work I can possibly do. But with this new knowledge, I will probably get proven wrong. And hopefully, I do. This video is a bit different from my other ones, but that doesn't mean it won't be insightful. I have realised something. My biggest fear is not spiders, or snakes, or even the dark. My biggest fear is that I may run out of things to talk about. That means no monthly videos. And if that happens, that would be extremely sad. I have never been happier working, as a certain person once said. I think that is a fear all content creators have. I am looking into the future now, and I'm not sure how I can keep this up for the next year. But I probably will, somehow. I definitely watched more shows and animes and played more games, but they were either not worth talking about, or I forgot to put them in the list. Currently, my life is consumed by EAFC 25. I am probably going to fail my university course, and I spent too much of my life doom scrolling. But other than that, this year has been great. I really want to remove my old videos because they were not good. In fact, I believe anything before my Origari video or the Search for Love video was bad, and I want to enlist them. But I won't. Not yet. I would like to tell you about my favourite video this year. This video has less than 5,000 views at the time of this recording, and is extremely good. And the fact that any of my videos has more views than that video is crazy. The best video of this year is Perry Byford's video on interactive video. I'll put a link in the description, so you should go watch it. Also watch all his other stuff too, they're quite good. Probably time to let the other guys speak now. How do I do this again? Just click my fingers. let's go. I'm back. Hopefully I do this next year, where I inevitably talk about how good the Apollo Justice trilogy was and how good the Persona 3 DLC is. Alright, that's all I've got time for today, unfortunately. Gotta work on my next video. So, there we go. See you next time.